crazy as it can get. It was just pouring rain. Now it's beautiful sunshine. And there's a big black cloud up in the sky over there, probably pouring rain again. Oh my, what a day. This has been one hell of a week. And I am glad that I can finally almost call it over. I still have one more day of my work week to go. I've had a very unfortunate event this morning at my workplace. One of my guys, he couldn't come to work and didn't call, and he's not doing too well, so that was worried about him. So I drove out to his house and he was laying passed out on the ground. That was really a really strange experience, let me tell you that. But hopefully they can take care of him. I don't know, he was in pretty poor shape. So we'll see how that goes. That's how my day started today. So I was like, wow, this is awesome. So now I had a big lunch late in the day, and now I'm heading home to go work in the blacksmith shop. I'm so excited. I've got some small jobs done yesterday. I still have to catch a couple of minutes where the bees are. I have to do some work on the bees. We're going to assess to see if we can actually harvest some honey this year, which would be actually great. The honey supers are a little bit too heavy for Vanessa, so I told her to wait till I get there, and then I'll do those and check those out, take the honey off of the beehives and start feeding them for winter. And then we need to start treating them for mites, for the varroa mites, so that they can survive the winter. Really excited to see what will happen next year. So on my way home after a really gruesome week. I got one more work day left because my week goes from Tuesday to Saturday, but the week days of the week are over, and I'm really happy to have reached a point where I've completed a bunch of my goals this week. All right, let's see, we got to get on this Autobahn, the treacherous German Autobahn. Yes, here we go. Fahren auf der Autobahn. The speed limit is 30 kilometers an hour. What is that? That's construction. Yeah, they're doing a mega traffic circle here. So it's going to take 10 years for them to complete that, probably, by the current pace of things. Oh man, I hope everybody else is doing well today. I am working on forging a Milner flint striker. And on the side, I kind of I had the gas forge running. I didn't want to waste gas just doing one object. I had a piece left over from where I made another flint striker project, and I started making a small knife out of that, which I did not film because that was just kind of a side project. And I'm thinking about giving that away as a gift. I'm not sure yet. I kind of like it. So yeah, it's Friday, and on my way home to go work in the shop. I'm not seeing anybody's messages yet. So let's see if we can. Oh, there we go. Good afternoon. Hello. Yes, it's hard to read this with the. Yeah. So I guess the Queen of England died yesterday too. I mean, wow. Yeah, not that I'm a fan of the Queen at all, or the royal family, but that was kind of a piece of news that I wasn't expecting. Happy noon. Yes, hello. How are you? Okay, Curtis, see you later. I know how it is. Gotta keep your busy schedule. Got things to do. So I'll see you later. Hello, Northfire. Welcome. Here we go. We got everybody rolling in the door now. That's good. It took everybody a minute. I had to find the chat button as well. Yeah, I had a pretty stressful day this morning. My morning started out with a first aid emergency. Hey, Northfire. Welcome. Yeah, you didn't miss this one. Yeah, I usually try to do... Yeah, the Queen stole a lot of money. She did a lot of other very evil things too, but I'm not going to talk about here on the stream because I want to stay out of all that negative energy for today because I really had a stressful day. I had to go to one of my co-workers' houses this morning to find him half dead on the floor because he didn't show up for work. That was kind of it was very stressful, let's put it that way. So, yeah. Glad to be able to go home now and do something nice. And trying to pay attention to the road here, talking at the same time. While my nose is itching. We go home and fire up the forge and start making some cool stuff. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's not looking so good. We'll have to see. I'm probably going to be by myself at work tomorrow. That's going to suck. But you know how it goes. When it goes, it goes. When everything goes wrong, it goes wrong. But I can manage just fine. That's not a problem. I'll just close the place down an hour early. So, yes, I hope everybody here is doing well on this wonderful Friday afternoon. Really looking at a lot of things going on in the world. It's a lot of political heat is happening here in Germany as well. A lot of the people are starting to wake up, and they're talking about large demonstrations in each major city, which is really good. But it's just talk right now, so that's the other thing. But it sounds like a lot of people are actually going to go and demonstrate against the high energy prices and the failure of the politics. Yeah, Ragnarok, I guess this is it, yeah. It's the metaphoric end of the world, the fall of the Titans, and the war against, basically a reset of the system, which, if you go by Klaus Schwab's agenda, this is the Great Reset, word by word. And people aren't waking up to look and realize that. I like Hjaldi. I really do like Hjaldi. His music is really awesome. And I'm a big fan of all of his music. I listen to it a lot when I'm working in the forge as well. Helvegen, yeah, that's from Wardruna. I've actually met Einar Selvig myself, actually, while I was in Norway. Helvegen, the way to hell. But not like hell down under, but like into Helheim. It's a really cool song. It's about someone who's waking to realize what his life is almost over, and about the path that he's about to follow. It's a pretty cool song. Oh, and that's the one he did with Danheim. Oh, I love that. I remember that song. I really like when they have a couple of collaboration songs though. And which one was that? There's a couple of them. I really do like both of them. Danheim, I love listening. I like to use some of his music once in a while on some of my videos, which I have permission to do. And it says so on his description. As long as I mention him at the song and do a little bit of advertising for him. Yeah, he's kind of a weird dude, Einar Selvig. Kind of a goofy guy. I was out near a place in Norway there when I was visiting Björn, and he walked by me because he lives not too far from that area there. And I said, hello. And he's like, and he's surprised I knew his name. Yeah, and then he kind of waved and walked off. And a couple of days later, he waved again. He recognized me because I was still there. Pretty funny. But I'm not about to go chase about anybody because I'm not someone who cares much for celebrities. The biggest celebrity in my life is still me. So I got to make sure that I take care of myself and get where I need to go. All the best dudes are weird. Yeah, kind of. I guess the artists are always kind of on the strange side. Yeah, I wake up every morning and say, I'm the star of my show. What am I going to do today? Yeah, so now before you know it, you get old and you can't do what you want to do. So if you have a dream, and you can still get up in the morning and walk around, go do whatever it is that you wanted to do. Go do it today, if you can. I mean, some things I know some people just can't jump out of their lifestyle and go and do a world trip or something. But if it's something not too impossible, oh, we'll do it next year. No, do it now, because next year will come and then you won't be able to do it. Next year will come after that and you won't be able to do it. And then maybe the next year after that you won't want to do it anymore and you wish you kind of have done it, but it's too late. You're out of energy to go travel or learn a new sport or new skills or who knows. Yeah. Be thankful for every bad. It's being aware of the things that you have, good or bad. Being thankful for both of them. Being thankful for the good and wonderful things in your life to enrich your well-being on your time on this planet. Being thankful for the things that aren't so nice, because those grant you the wisdom to determine the difference between the two. If I would have a drink with any one of the gods, who would it be? Well, that's a good question. I kind of contemplate often. I kind of believe the universe is some semi-intelligent, and it gives us what we need to see to keep moving and to keep surviving. It gives us signs that we interpret into our belief system that make us strong, that give us hope. If we believe in the Norse gods, they'll show us signs that the Norse gods exist. And that's sort of maybe where I can find the courage to get up every day and go do something, that I'm part of something much greater than I could ever imagine. And if I had the chance to drink and party with one of the Norse gods, oh, go away. I can't talk right now. Okay. If I had the ability to party with one of the Norse gods, it would have to be, I'm being called now. I have to keep declining the call here because we're on a live chat and I don't like to be interrupted when I'm hanging out with my community here. So I would say that would be Thor, first off, because I kind of have had moments in my life where I've been looking for answers and they came instantly. Instant answers. There was, I guess I could tell you guys about that. It's a real personal kind of experience. You know, everybody goes through different phases of their life and the different ups and downs. And a couple of years back, about 3 or 4 years ago, was kind of questioning everything and trying to find a new path and direction. And I was visiting my friend at the time. We no longer have any business with each other now, but that's perfectly the way life goes sometimes. And I pull up to his door, and I'm standing in his doorway, and I'm staring out into the forest, over into the hillside, which is directly across I'm like down in the valley. I'm staring up at the trees across from the house, and it looks like a thunderstorm. And I have this electric feeling in me, like I was charged with electricity, and I was like, wow, you know, it feels so magical. And then, so it starts to hail, like golf ball size ice cubes. Like the hail was the size of a golf ball. And I was excited because I was like, wow, look at this. I just managed to get in the doorway. And so then I say, Thor, strike your anvil. And I call it out loud and up into the sky. Instantly, one lightning bolt, no more than one, directly 12 o'clock in front of me, right there into the forest. And I could see the trees where it hit the forest. And then the thunderstorm was gone. I get goosebumps talking about that now. I was like, wow, what is the chance of that happening? And that was one of the moments. And then 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, a short time after, I'm driving home from work, the same path we just drove here off the Autobahn. and I look up into the clouds, and look up into the clouds, and I see Thor. And I see there wasn't just clouds, there was a big, strong-looking figure with big, musculous arms, holding a hammer. He had a long beard, and he was wearing like a little hat, like a round cap, like a Viking-style wool cap. And he had long hair, and he had a face. It was like a picture of like Thor. I would imagine Thor, and I look, and I look, and I look again, and I'm like, this is just too crazy. So I tried to pull out my phone to make a picture. I managed to do a snapshot of it after minutes of just staring at it while I was driving. It was very dangerous, and I just couldn't pull over anywhere. I'm on the Autobahn. It's like nobody's ever going to believe if I don't photograph this. All right. With a UFO, wow, cool. I've seen a couple of those. Being an avid hunter for a long time, I was able to stare at the sky for a long period of time at night, and you see quite a bit of things. If I could find that photo again, probably not, because it was on one of my old phones like 3 years ago, so I don't think I have that still. And then just recently, another experience. It's really hard to talk about. When my dog died, I buried him. Standing at his grave, up at the Viking camp at the highest point, overseeing the entire area. And a storm rolls in. I can feel the pressure drop, and I see the clouds. And I say real loud, I hope you are someplace where they're taking care of you now. If you're with the Norse gods, they better be good to you, because they don't know what they've got. They better treat you like a king. And if Thor goes riding through the clouds, he better take you for a ride. Like a bunch of... And he better damn sure make sure he sounds off that hammer. And like 2 minutes later, a serious thunderstorm rolls in, and it was just like the end of the world, like just rolled over us. It was crazy. I ran outside the house, and I celebrated that, and I was cheering in the road. People thought I was nuts. I was like, this has got to be some kind of a really weird movie. It's like the Truman Show. It's got to be like a real live Truman Show, I swear. This is yeah, so that's kind of why I would choose to go party with Thor, because he's given me moments of the metaphors behind what he stands for are also very very special. So who was the photo of again? I got distracted from the outside world. Oh, the photo was of Thor in the clouds. Yeah. Hello, Flying Phoenix. Welcome. Yeah, they do. But this is the thing I think about quite a bit. The gods they were not immortal in that sense. The only thing that kept them young was eating from the tree of apples. I can't remember the name. They ate from that special tree to stay young forever. But one thing, when Thor went to go wrestle the giants, when he wrestled the old hag, this is one thing that he could not compete against, was old age. And no one can defeat old age. And so if you compare, the original, the Norse gods weren't there in the very beginning before everything. You say the giants were there before everything. The Norse gods just rebelled against the giants and wanted to create their own. So if you want to think of that, there's something greater beyond even that concept, which is really super, makes my mind think, makes me go further than just that concept. And to think that they would still be around today after the fall of Ragnarok, after the event of Ragnarok. We never really do know if that ever has happened, or if there truly is a spiritual world in which something of that nature has taken place, and a world of energy beings that control somehow influence our life, that are part of the universe or of another dimension that are actually, we don't know that, but to think that that's all still there after such a long time is questionable as well, and which makes me think sometimes if it's really Thor who I'm thinking of who's doing all these good things for me, or if it's someone who's really just taking his place. And Ragnarok has already long happened, and we're due for another one. Although that's a kind of what Ragnarok symbolizes. It's not the end of the world. It's more or less wipe the slate clean, and it's a new beginning, a start over, a fresh start, basically. So it's really hard to come to senses with that. But yeah, I guess that's one way to look at that. Okay. We're gonna pull up here and see what you guys have wrote. That's really cool. You had a thunderstorm. Well, I don't know about the Bible. I think in the Bible there are some historically interesting facts that we ignore. There's some good morals in that story. A lot of it's man edited. It's written by man. It's edited by man, and it's been changed so many times. But there are some hints in that are historically interesting. Possibly that there were other beings on this planet at one time, giants. For sure, I believe that's a straight up fact. Scientifically, you can prove that. It's giants and people from the sky, the Nephilim, the aliens, or who knows, but the people from the sky, and and that's interesting. That's about as interesting as it gets for me with the Bible, because I respect that part of where it is. It needs to stay where it's at, and a written book and all. And yeah, the giants are real. Or at least at one point in history, they were actually physically, they were roaming this planet, and they were here. But now I guess they're not. Or if they are, they're damn near hiding somewhere, because they know they don't want to show themselves. For work, well, my actual trade is I was an auto mechanic. I was ASE certified. I did that for over 10 years. And then on the side, I learned to become a blacksmith part-time on my own time. I learned new skills. I've learned some woodworking. I'm also a part-time hunter, which is almost a full-time job here in Germany. And I don't do that anymore because I wanted to broaden my horizons, and I'm looking for new things. So I started with YouTube about 3 years ago, and I'm really happy I did. I met all of you guys, and it's just going uphill from now. Right now it seems like YouTube has just become one big burnout machine, and I was this close to quitting YouTube several times already, but all of you guys have kept it together and have kept me here, so that's pretty cool. And I thank all you guys for hanging in there. But oh boy, this is gonna suck. Oh man. There was a car just passing me and a bus coming the other way, and it didn't look like they were going to stop. And that was just so close. And yeah, so I forgot where I just left off. That situation there was kind of scary. I just switched my mind over to reaction mode. I was waiting for the accident to happen. Yeah, in Afghanistan with red hair and blue skin and all that, I know about that. But I mean, even if you just have just that sighting, that's probably just even still the descendants of what's left of the real thing, as we know from all the stories. I mean, nothing of the old ways is probably going to be around anymore. It's either been they've either been captured or destroyed or hidden, or they do go to capture. Why would theoretically someone go and see the giants if they didn't want to capture and kill them, or take them back to some kind of science experiment lab? So it's really difficult. Yeah. But I do believe that giants were real or are real, or that's the thing. I do believe it's physically possible for other civilizations to come down from space or another dimension scientifically and share technology with us and wisdom, maybe even the future, time travel, possibly. I do believe that we are possibly in a simulation of some sort or in a hologram. It's very possible. I have an open mind for all of those topics. I don't fix onto one or the other. I constantly debate these topics with other intellectual members of my that I hang out with, acquaintances from time to time, that are at the same level of conversational intelligence, that we can communicate and understand each other and not be like, yeah, so we're talking about something and the whole party around us is like, what are they talking about? So yeah, there's really no way to know for sure at the moment. It's even science. Every time science thinks they've proved something, they've only proven that everything that they have just proved requires an extra step further. And then they get to that extra step, they find new particles that are made up of more particles. It's like, okay, the edge of the universe is there, and then there's nothing. Well, we found the edge of the universe, and there's quite a bit of more stuff. They say in outer space, the vacuum is empty, but now they're said it's full of all kinds of different things, but we don't know what it is. So, in that concept, I think it's proves to the fact that every time we want to extend our view of our reality, or of, if you want to call it, the simulation expands and changes the data, which comes back to Schrodinger's cat and all of those similar experiments and theories, or the Boltzmann brain, if you know what that is, which is really interesting. The universe is intelligent, and all we are experiencing is memories that have been lived once, and we're just experiencing a memory through the intelligence of the universe as a brain. We're just experiencing each memory as through the brain of the universe, basically, of some sort like that. It's really, if you're interested in that topic, you should check it out. It's really mind-boggling. That if you believe at any point any system will self-organize itself, then the probability of the universe being intelligent is very high. It's almost something they say, I don't know, they say 90% possible for, if you believe with this theory that the universe has self-organized itself into a working system, to an intelligent structure, that at one point the universe will be intelligent. It will be able to intelligently make decisions and react like a a quantum computer at a quantum level even. So that means you would not only be thinking now, you would be thinking all the thoughts all the time into the past and into the future. So you would be actually, everything that ever existed would exist again in a memory. And you would be living inside that, thinking, we're here now talking about this, but we're actually just created because it's already happened somewhere, somehow. And this high Boltzmann brain somehow has the quantum energy to be able to rewind and physically experience this moment. So you probably, all of you were probably at one point here in this chat with me talking about this, but we're already long gone, and this is just a memory of the universe doing this. So who knows? Really, really, really awesome theoretical conversation. But guys, I gotta go now. I'm at the house. I've had a hard day. I don't want to dazzle my brain with any theoretical physics at the end of the day here. I'd like to kind of shift the gears and relax a little bit and go inside, say hello to Vanessa, grab the camera because I am filming a video, and we're going to go up there and work on the bees a little bit while the weather holds up, and then we'll go back to filming our video for the weekend. So everybody, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, and we're also, real quick before everybody leaves, almost at 4,000 watch hours. So we're getting there. I will say hello to Vanessa. She's probably watching this as well. She's probably in the background secret somewhere saying, why don't you get out of the car and come inside? I'm like right outside the house. And so we're almost at 4,000 watch hours. Smashing the like button always helps. Thank you very much. Smash it like a berserker. Yeah, don't break your screen. And we're almost at 4,000 watch hours. 3-year goal coming right around the corner now. I just really excited. And then YouTube will actually hopefully turn on the lights in the basement. We'll see. Okay, everybody. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Like always, stay safe and see you soon.